Hello and welcome to another stream of Assassin's Creed Valhalla to continue my 2024 annual playthrough. Hey there, Sona. How's things going? Welcome on in. I hope your day's going well. Let's take that hunted quest off, because I just had it active in yesterday's streams to make a point with it. Alright, so we are going to be doing the story arcs that are related to Sigurd and what actually happens to him at this point in the story. There will be 3 separate streams doing each story arc, but all of them are related to each other. That's why I've planned things to actually make them happen one after the other, instead of doing the first story arc related to it and then doing another one unrelated and all that kind of stuff. So all these 3 are going to be related to what happens to Sigurd at this point in the story. Alamouse, thank you so very much for the raid.
Use your tongue or I will feed it to you.
Thank you very, very much. You are playing Viscera Cleanup Detail. That definitely sounds like a game. Is it new, or has it been out for a while? I've never actually heard of that. Is it similar to that Mortuary Assistant, I think is the name of the game? Is it one of those sorts of games? Thank you so much for the raid.
Who do you work for? Who's your...
Okay, so I'm missing that stuff to upgrade. And I'm missing that to upgrade. What I might do, actually, is fast travel to a location that has a shop. Alamouse, it's a cleanup game, more complex than Power Wash Sim. Ah, it sounds like it's one of those sort of like, you know, games, but it sounds like it's definitely going to be a very different kind of cleaning. Sona, you're doing well. Hope your game goes good too. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well, Sona. That's awesome. And yeah, it's going pretty good. Made a lot of progress. All the zealots are defeated. I got rid of all of them. So all these ones that haven't been unveiled, they're all going to be unveiled as we do more of the story.
What's the matter here? Close be there,
Come, see my wares. This could help you in your travels. Wise of you to stock up. All done. I must take my leave.
Alright, so let's get the final upgrades for... Ah, no, that's a different material. I don't know why I thought that was the material. What material is this? Titanium. Okay. Well, I don't think we can buy titanium from
Hello and welcome.
stores.
You never know when
Yeah,
this...
we can't.
Nothing else?
Doesn't matter though, I've got heaps of
I'll
money.
see you.
Got heaps of silver. Anyway, won't worry about that. Let's go back to Ravensthorpe. for the 3 story arcs I'll be doing next, I actually have the I want to see the Alliance map redeem deactivated, because I want the flow of the story to not be interrupted by a 10-minute look at the Alliance map.
I want to see the Alliance map.
Alright then, so just to recap what we've done so far, and in what order I've done them. So I did Grantebridge Shire. With Eivor's help, Soma's clan has reclaimed Grantebridge and eliminated the Order's influence in the region. Then we did Ledicester. After teaming up with the sons of Ragnar, Eivor and Sigurd leave Ledicester with new friends in Ivar and Ubba, and a new allied king in Ceolwulf. And then I did East Anglia. United under King Oswald, the people of East Anglia can finally heal the wounds caused by years of lawlessness. And then I did Scoropshire. After the defeat of the Britons, the sanguine Bishop Deolaf oversees the Shire as its alderman. Then I did London. After ridding the city of the Order, Reeve, Stowe and Urke set about rebuilding from the ashes. And then I did Jorvik. One of the major ports on the continent, Jorvik sits squarely in the middle of Northumbria as a centerpiece of political power. Under the watchful eye of King Halfdan, Jorvik is home to all manner of folk, Saxons and Dane alike. And then we did Vinland, a distant land known to few and reached only by arduous travel across the icy whale roads. Vinland has been abandoned by the Norse after Gorm's death. So now that we've done that, keeping in mind the order in which I did these isn't in order of power level. So if you want to do this order of things, you have to be aware that you'll need a decent power level to do them in a different order, because the order in which I did them isn't in order of recommended level. And I've done them in such a way to make sure that Oxenfordshire, which is the only available story arc at the moment, is the only one available now at this point, after having done all these locations and Vinland, because in this part of the story, there's a major plot development with Sigurd involving Basim as well, and it's all related to Isu stuff. So because we've done Vinland in yesterday's stream, which also had some Isu-related stuff in it, now it's time to do the story arc with what happens to Sigurd. There's actually 3 story arcs, and because I've actually done what I've done beforehand, it means that when we finish this story arc, I'll be able to do the next Sigurd one and then the next Sigurd one, pushing them all close together to kind of keep the narrative pacing at a certain thing. Because I don't think Eivor would waste time going, for example, to... I don't think he'd waste time, or she would waste time going to Essex to do that quest with the matchmaking while Sigurd's still captured. So the pacing that I've purposely set up for this is to do all these 3 story arcs related to Sigurd, one after the other. Hey there, Nagasuki. Welcome on in. Hope it's going well. Sona, nice. Congrats on completing the added difficulty. Yeah, doing a My Game Plus like I have allowed me to have a lot of ability points and power level very early in the story.
What of Oxenfordshire? Sigurd told me he had business there.
Ah, yes. Sigurd is there now, in fact. He bids you go meet him as soon as you can. He has partnered with a rebellious Thane called Giedrich, and hopes to install Giedrich as Elderman in exchange for an oath. There is an alehouse at the center of Buckingham. Sigurd will meet you there.
I should join my brother then. Where is Buckingham?
Along the great Ouse River that divides Oxenfordshire. Sigurd will be pleased to see you.
Because I figured if Ubisoft aren't going to give us a new Game Plus, have to make my own version.
Soldiers on alert. What's happened here?
So we have to make do with what we're given. Sometimes, yeah. But it's a whole big ridiculous thing because they were trying to pass off as if they were working on it, but they knew full well from the start that it wasn't possible. They just strung people along for 2 years before admitting that it wasn't possible because they didn't design the game from the ground up to incorporate it.
This must be it.
Which is a big, massive oversight because the previous games had it and they were created to include it. So you would think that them knowing that people like New Game Plus with these games, these newer ones, that they would actually want to implement it for this game. So you would think they would make it from the ground up able to have it.
Sigurd's not here. I'll ask around.
These soldiers always leave a bleeding mess.
Are you the alewife here?
You are not welcome here. I've had enough trouble with Danes today.
I'm not here to cause trouble. I'm looking for my brother, a large Norseman.
It was him what caused the ruckus. Him and that other one were here, talking to Thane Giedrich. Then Lady Edwin's soldiers swept in. A fight broke out. Your brother and the tanned fella got away. The soldiers nabbed Giedrich, though. I was sorry to see that. He's well liked in these parts.
Which way did my brother go?
What's it worth to you to find out?
I'm asking a simple question.
Look, Dane, you start a scene or a scuffle, and I'll scream for soldiers.
You seem to respect this man Giedrich. If he was talking to my brother, it's because he wants what's best for this Shire. Maybe you're a woman who also wants Oxenford Shire to be free, and to decide its own fate. A woman who'll stand up for her village, who won't be crushed under the boot of oppression.
I hope I am.
Such a woman would help me find Giedrich's friends.
You're right, you are. Your brother and his friend jumped through that window there and scampered off towards the river. It's a good bet they hid in one of them fish houses.
Show me. Sigurd and Basim headed south. They wouldn't go far. I'll check along the river. Soldiers are tightly wound. Smells like a fish house. Good spot to hide.
Hey there, Stan. You kind of expected Alewife to squeeze a couple of "innits" into sentences. "Innit" mustn't have been a thing in this time period. "Innit" ain't a thing in this time period, innit? How's it going, Stan? Welcome.
Wait! Stop!
Ahlan wa sahlan, Eivor.
We could have cut you to bloody giblets, Wolf-kissed.
Why so unnerved, brother? It's not like you.
Half the soldiers of the Shire are hunting us. You must have noticed.
Is that why you haven't come home? You're playing hide and fetch with Mercian soldiers.
Your brother's a busy man, Eivor. Weighed down by pressing duties.
Stan, I'm alright, dude. How are you doing? I'm doing really well, Stan. And I'm glad to hear that you're doing alright as well. Welcome on in. I'm going to be doing the 3 story arcs related to what happens with Sigurd, thanks to Folke.
It's good to see you again, Basim. Even if you haven't kept my brother trained on the task at hand.
It's not my place to lead your brother about like a bridled mare.
Now there's an idea. Brother, we should be forging alliances. Send this man back to his warren before he leads you astray.
Eivor, gods above, I'm grateful you've joined us. We have made strides towards an alliance, in fact. A local thane called Giedrich has pledged an oath to me.
I've heard of him. The alewife also mentioned a Lady Edwin who commands the soldiers. Why not ally with her?
Lady Edwin's husband was the Shire's elderman, until Gudrun's army ended his life. Now she's taken up her husband's fight, with the promise of aid from King Alfred of Wessex.
Edwin vows revenge on the Danes who stole her husband and her livelihood.
From what we know, Alfred is a fearsome king. If Edwin can win his full support, this Shire is lost to Wessex.
So to fight her, you've pledged your sword to a minor thane who likely commands a gang of farmers and fishermen.
Have faith, Eivor. A few hundred Saxons armed with hayforks and billhooks can be terrifying.
Gods.
All men and women, noble or peasant, have within them the seeds of something greater.
This is true. Sometimes greater than the average mind can fathom.
Well, Edwin has Giedrich in shackles now. All your plotting has turned to ash.
Not if we act soon. She dragged her prisoners to the Longhouse. With you here, we can mount a surprise strike.
If Giedrich is our best chance for an alliance, let's see it done. Sigurd, has Basim talked you into something of little reward?
Eivor, have you lost hope in my warcraft? I heed Basim's wisdom, but he follows my lead, always.
He has the look of one who trusts none but himself.
Basim is secretive by nature, but he is wise and forthright, and he has opened my eyes to a magnificent truth. He has promised me a reward so unusual, so incredible, it will shatter your mind to shards.
Brother, our bond has the iron heft of a war axe. Do not let Basim and his prophecies of good fortune sway you from our simple goal.
Never. Our goal is fixed. We shall soon be the lords of Mercia, then all of England. But Basim has a deep insight. He's read wisdom in the lines of my face, and heard the litany of my forefathers, and, well, there will be time enough for my saga later.
Hey, Mr. Rebic. I'm doing well, thank you, dude. How are you? Basim, the one and only interesting character in the game. He is a great character, I will admit. Not that I never thought he was a great character, but I like other characters as well. But I won't deny that Basim is a great character. Stan, you love his voice acting as well. Carlo Rota kicked ass. He really, really did. I love his performance as Basim. He's also great as Majid Sadiq, the main villain in Splinter Cell Blacklist as well. He's probably the best villain, I think, in that series. Or at the very least, he's the most ruthless and the most quote-unquote realistic kind of villain that has motivations that, on one hand, it's definitely understandable. On the other, his methods, are questionable. But Carlo Rota has such a presence as that character, and also Basim as well. So I do hope that he's in a lot more video games moving forward.
Eivor sind we mit sanctes et verban. Go on way.
Ella! Focus, we have this! We have the advantage!
Eivor. Trying to hit Sigurd with that for. Didn't mean to do that.
Kill you! Hang on. So slow!
Can't scamper free this time. Beer got your back, dog. Blindside the idiot!
Mr. Epic, his background and story was just so good. You understand why he did what he did. I mean, who wouldn't hold a grudge against someone who killed his son? Yeah, there's definitely a lot of complexity to his character. Stan, I'm going to tell Mom, Eivor is hitting me with her dual-wielded axes. Like, stop doing that! Mr. Epic is kind of funny because Basim Loki is more a good guy than Odin. Yeah, well, Odin, not Eivor, is someone that was very much, you know, very selfish and that's what's great about this game's story is how you have Eivor with the memories of Odin ultimately denying Odin control, whereas Basim accepted Loki's control. So while Eivor refuses Odin to take over, Basim doesn't with Loki. But because Eivor is their own person, I feel like it's wrong for Basim, even as Loki, to blame Eivor.
Untie me, cowards!
Give me a hand with this!
Sigurd, kill this sweaty fishwife.
Stay your blades. This traitor Giedrich will face trial, as will all the treasonous thanes of this shire.
You're the traitor, Edwin, calling on Alfred of Wessex begging for his army.
Clap your mead hole, Giedrich, lapdog of the Danes.
You'll sell us out to Wessex, and that poxy-ass bastard Alfred, we won't have it.
Edwin, you're nothing now but a churlish widow. What power you had lies rotting in your husband's grave.
You heathenish fork-tongued Dane. Foul-smelling heap, I shit on you all.
Lady, choose your next words with care, for you see before you the future master of all England, Sigurd, of the hungry Raven clan. Lay down your arms, free my friend here, and kiss my lordly feet. You will not get a second chance.
Sigurd, are you cracked?
And you can kiss my rosy red ass, wayface. I've done with this offal. I leave them to you. Flay them alive and tan their flesh for saddles.
We want each other's backs!
What kind of mess did you get yourself into?
Untie me! I can still fight these bastards! Respect you! Damn it, Win!
Come, brother. Let's end this.
God is with me! You chose death! Bleed! Good lord, you fight well. Thank you for that.
Giedrich, this is Eivor, my stone-armed sibling.
Well met.
That was your plan, Sigurd. To charm the lady with your vague hope of kingship.
Prophecy, Eivor, not hope.
No time to squabble. Edwin's taken most of the Shire's thanes. She has her way. They'll be dead by supper.
Tend your wounds, Giedrich. We'll free your friends.
And what of the holy woman Fulke? You promised us a meeting with her.
I did, aye. But it's a fair mystery why you'd want to talk
Where is
with...
she?
Thane Holt will know. Fulke lives on his lands, but he'll be dead with the rest if you don't stop the trial.
Tell us where, and we'll go now. Their lives depend on the speed of your tongue.
Southwest of here, halfway to Oxenaforda, at the Lichvila garrison.
Basim, Eivor, to horse!
And Stanley was happy from the Hungry Hippo clan. Nice one. Hey there, Code. Early noons to you as well. Dante second tier, going steady through 3 to 6 till Sunday at least. Well, I wish you all the best for that, Code. So, through 3 to 6 until Sunday. Mr. Epic, you played this on Nightmare with 2 spears, which made the game easy mode. Eventually you made a build so OP you were unkillable. Your health regenerated faster than they could kill you. That's really cool. It's great to be able to do that. It gives you a good feeling, you know, being able to just slice your way through enemies like that in the game without worry about dying.
Off again, Eivor. You and I, with blades drawn and hearts ablaze.
Who is this Fulke that Basim spoke of?
An ally, Eivor. A most important ally. A holy woman who trades in prophecies and secret knowledge.
That is not the sort of alliance we're looking for, Sigurd.
No, it's even better. You cannot imagine what discoveries await.
You're speaking strangely, brother.
Because I'm alive, Eivor. My heart's alight with the fuel of battle fire. Like old times, eh?
Yes, Sigurd. Like old times.
Remember our hunts beyond the Northern Way? Our first big kill was a 10-point deer. We brought it down together. The arrows from our bows like darts of ice.
With sharpened shin bones for skinning the beast.
You on the right, me on the left. We leapt and struck.
We crashed to the ground like a felled tree. Then the bloody struggle.
Damn animal bit my hand. Never knew a buck could bite so hard.
But I pierced its throat, spilling its life wine into the drifts. That put an end to him.
Such tales you siblings tell.
It's just one of 1,000, Basim. It was the glorious dawn of our lives.
You haven't yet explained who this Fulke woman is.
When the time is right, I will.
She is the fulcrum of a larger plan.
Above conquering England, what larger plan could we need?
Patience, Eivor. Patience.
Fine. Keep your dread secrets, brother. But if this alliance fails, you may take them to your grave.
This fever will break once you know the whole truth. I promise.
Code, aka at Monday, you can probably work as a visitor's guide on tiers 1 to 6. It's like, I'm only visiting, I don't know what's going on. You could probably use that line if you need to. Thank you very much, Sona, for leaving the lurk. Mr. Epic, you heard that pre-orders for Shadows might not be so big, mostly because of the controversy, I think. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I like some horses teleported there magically for them as well.
What see you, old friend?
Yeah, there'd be a multiple.
We have time yet. They're holding the trials just ahead.
My blade is thirsty, friends. Shall we roll in like 3 barrels of fire?
No, we must be careful. Do not let the executioner swing his axe.
There's probably multiple reasons why the shadows.
I should be cautious around here. They're about to execute the prisoners.
These subjects of the Lady Eadwyn have betrayed their oaths to the Shire. Not true. Silence! They stand accused and are guilty of spreading calumny against our sainted Lady Eadwyn and engaging in sedition and general disreputable acts. Pig shite!
Who will
Each shall be called to confess his perfidy. Confession grants a toad's death. A rebel! Execute the prisoners at once! Dead! Rescue us! We can help! Strike with me!
I owe you my life, friend. We must bring down Eadwyn once and for all.
We keep our wits about us. Is that your best shot?
Thank you, Sona, for the good luck.
Run, rabbit!
Get me out of here. Eadwyn will have me flayed alive.
No more!
Gidrid sent me to find you. Let's go now.
That's injustice for you! For God and mercy! You'll regret this! For the Shire! We could use you! Oh, hey! Down with Lady Eadwyn! You'll regret this! In for the fist! Take you! For God and mercy! I'll make you pay! Justice for you!
Talk safely over there. We've fought with our Weasley Eldmer for years. Now his widow wants to lop off our heads. Bless you all. Thanks to you, I live to pay Lady Edwin back in blood. I am Thane Holt. Does Giedrich live?
He's safe in Buckingham.
Good, Thane. We're at your side in this fight, to keep this land in the hands of those who love Mercia, be they Saxon or Dane.
God in heaven knows I'd sooner see a Dane married to my daughter than sell a man of Wessex one of my pigs. If Giedrich is behind you, then I am too.
We're told you know of a holy woman, Fulke. Where is she now?
Can we not fixate on this cipher, Fulke? Edwin is our focus.
Fulke holds a secret that may turn the tide of this fight. Without her, I cannot achieve my full purpose here.
The madwoman Fulke?
If you want my backing, brother, you'll explain yourself. How is a mad woman central to your plans?
When we find her, I will tell you all you wish to know. Until then, nothing.
Understand this. Fulke is a heretic, a sower of poisoned knowledge, and an enemy of the Church. She claims to have seen or spoken with God himself, and for this, Lady Edwin had her imprisoned, I know not where.
At a monastery, I suppose. We should make inquiries.
Sigurd, do we not owe Giedrich some word of what has happened here?
You can speak with him in my stead, but we must hurry. Fulke's life may be in danger.
We risk losing all the gains we've made here for the sake of this woman.
Trust me, Eivor. Fulke is of great importance. You'll soon understand.
I hope I will.
We have a camp to the east, at Linforta. An old harbor on the Great Ouse. Meet us there.
We Thanes will raise a feard and join with you to take down Edwin, whatever it takes. Bring this news to Giedrich, and tell him we'll be ready when he calls.
Every man will be needed.
The horses just randomly burst through. Interesting. Come on, game.
Well now.
Ubisoft servers. Mr. Epic, you're kind of disappointed to wait years for this only to get Yasuke instead of maybe Obu Nobunaga, for instance. If they really wanted a character like that, why not make an AC game in Africa? There's no reason why people wouldn't play it. Look at look at Bayek and Adewale, two of the most beloved characters. Yeah, who knows their decision-making process. But yeah, Adewale is definitely a great character. I feel he gets overlooked a lot.
No soldiers here now. Giedrich has cleared them all out.
She's well supplied, that's for certain. Well done capturing these, lad. It was bloody business. Oil jars, spring-oiled arrows, fodder and the like. Take what's useful and burn the rest.
Giedrich,
Eivor, do the Thanes live?
every single one. They've set out to raise a fear of fighting men. They all stand with you, Giedrich.
We'll need every pike and poker we have to take down Edwin. And you, and your brother, are you still with me?
I like your bluntness, Giedrich. My axe is yours. My brother's too.
Edwin's plopped her haunches down in her castle now. She has men and supplies coming. Curse her eyes. Where is your brother and the odd fellow?
They continue their search for the woman Fulke. He seems to think she will help us chase Edwin to an early grave. But I do not understand how.
You do what you must, Eivor. I'll ready what men I've got for the coming fight. I'll move towards Kinnabella Castle and bring up the Fyrd for an assault. Edwin's fortress is strong and sure.
Is there anything I can do to weaken her grip on the Shire? Or make her anxious?
Ah, there's a notion. You could chip away at her flag bearers if you see them, and defend my Fyrd if any are in strife. We stole some of her supplies here. If you find any other stores like this, destroy them.
That I can do.
When you're ready for war, you'll find me at a camp near Kinnabella Castle.
These angelic warrior women gather the bravest slain warriors and bring them to Odin's hall to feast and fight forever. What a joke! To accompany the deceased in the next life.
Hey, Mr. Goethe. How's it going? Thanks for redeeming the leap of fail. Thanks for redeeming that, dude. Hey, Viewy Chief. Welcome on in. Thank you so very much for the 4 months in a row. Muchly appreciated. Thank you for using your Prime as well. That's awesome of you. How's things going for you?
Dear God, we're in trouble! Watch out over there, men! Oh, Christ in holy heaven!
Giedrich asked me to help you whenever I could.
These Wind soldiers have got us in a tough spot. We're grateful for any help you can give.
Kill you, bloody idiots! Press hard! God loves me!
Your life for that!
Horrible slices! By all the saints, die! Me handle this! Together, lad! Let's minutes!
That was a near-run thing. Thanks for helping us out.
You know, all that ever mattered to me was loyalty. It was all I ever believed in. I wish things were different. But it weren't us who changed. Thank you very much, Mr. Epic, for redeeming that great quote from Red Dead Redemption 2. Arthur Morgan. Such a great character. Buoy Chief, you're working in today's very hot weather in Rome. Really hot. I definitely can't function properly when it's really hot. So I can't imagine what it might be like there in Rome. I hope the work is going well, though. I hope things are going good. Buoy Chief, work is going good. Oh, that's excellent. That's good to hear. Hopefully the heat isn't, interfering too much. This is one of those quests in this game that I find annoying. Fair enough, I have to be inside of Oxenfordshire. But where in Oxenfordshire? Like this is all of Oxenfordshire here, so it could be any number of locations around this area. So we'll just go to random spots in the hope that we'll eventually come across things that are required for this chipping away quest. It's like, just pinpoint me where they all are, Just another contrived way to make people explore the map if they hadn't already.
Now! Get the murdering heathen! Keeping me that way. It's a fatal mistake. Going to bleed. You die now! Not much life left in you.
Mr. Epic, first thought when you played Red Dead Redemption 2 was, why am I playing as him and not John Marston? But man, you were wrong. Arthur was such an amazing character, and it was the first in a long time you felt sad seeing a game character die. Not a lot of games can make you feel that way. Absolutely. Yeah. Having played Red Dead Redemption 1 first, and playing the game, and really, really enjoying playing as John Marston, when he died at the end of that game, I was just, like, in disbelief, because I was like, after all he had tried to do, still, in the end, he got killed, And I mean, you can argue that it's right that he did, ultimately, for what he had done, but damn it, he really did try to turn things around, and Red Dead Redemption 2 further solidifies that. So when playing Red Dead Redemption 2, the way that Arthur died, even though I knew, because unfortunately I was spoiled that he was going to die, but I didn't know how before going into the game. So by the time we got to the part in the story where he gets tuberculosis, it was a fair way into the story. So I at least had a long time before getting to the point in the story where the reason for his death was made apparent to me, who had already found out that he was going to die before starting the playthrough, you know. But it didn't make it any less powerful of a moment. And given everything that, you know, Arthur tried to do, you know, the reason John Marston and Abigail and Jack were able to have any kind of life beyond the game was, you know, because of Arthur's sacrifice. And that's a very powerful thing. And then, when you add all that together, it adds even more to the death of John Marston as well, because it's like, even after everything Arthur had done, and everything after John that had then done, you know, still, he ended up getting killed. And the sad irony, of course, is that Abigail and John didn't want Jack to follow in the same footsteps. And as we see in the epilogue of Red Dead Redemption 1, as satisfying as it is from a playing perspective to kill Ross, and how well deserved it was, you know, Jack is now on the same path. So there's a lot of things that, you know, now combined with Red Dead Redemption 2, just really further solidifies so much stuff in Red Dead Redemption 1. Mr. Epic, that sucked getting spoiled. It's such a dick move to do. Well, here's the thing. It wasn't someone telling me it. I was literally looking up Red Dead Redemption 2 to see, like, the prices for stuff on it. And that's when I saw one of the results was about the death. I was like, oh, okay. Well. But I have had people spoil a character's death for me in the middle of a playthrough of a game. In fact, it was so funny. Not in a ha-ha, because it wasn't really that hilarious, but it was just funny in a weird way that it was two separate people who came into the chat and both mentioned it. So it seems to me that those two people were going around on Twitch as a team spoiling things for people. It's like, yeah, fun. Week in Edwin's Hold in Oxenfordshire, spend 20-30 minutes of just roaming around aimlessly trying to find where the things are that need to be dealt with for the objective. Welcome to quadruple A programming from Ubisoft. Can't just simply pinpoint with icons where you need to go for this quest, even though they do it in other quests, but for this quest, you have to just roam around until you reach a spot that has something in it.
Attention here.
Hey, damn it! Dead. God, should never been born. Not getting away, fool.
See, none of this has anything to do with the current quest. So we have to spend more minutes just aimlessly roaming around until we come across something that's related to the quest. Mr. Epic, there was only one time you didn't mind getting spoiled. Oh, was there? Yeah. I mean, that's happened sometimes for me. Like Outlast 1. I watched a playthrough of it, so it wasn't like someone spoiled it for me as in against my will. I willfully watched the person play through the game. But even after watching them play through the game, I still enjoyed my first playthrough, even knowing what was going to happen. Because the atmosphere of that game and just the music and everything like that, and this, all those elements, didn't really matter that I already knew how things were going to go. And that was The Last of Us 2. You hate that game the way they did to Joel, makes doubt ever playing it in order to do a game again. Yeah, but it's definitely understandable when you have a character that a lot of people really liked, and then you kill them off in a sequel.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise. Nothing related to the quest is over here, so let's just roam all the way over this way again. See, isn't this type of thing fun? Isn't it fun to just have to waste time instead of having icons in specific points telling you where to go so you can just get it done in 5 minutes, not in 50? Mr. Epic, you refunded the game after seeing the cutscenes, and the more you saw of the game, the more you hated it. Well, that's definitely fair enough to do that, you know. There's no point in playing a game especially if you already know what's going to happen and, you know, it's something you're not happy with. That's where I'm with Assassin's Creed games moving forward is, I don't care if the gameplay's awesome, if the story is shit and the characters and their stories aren't, you know, interesting, or they do things that I feel ruins the lore of the series, and I don't have to, you know, play it. I can just let it be and play other games that I actually do want to play. Isn't this fun to watch as well? Someone just aimlessly run around a location to do a quest without the icons actually appearing to pinpoint to you where these things are that we need to deal with. Earlier in the playthrough there was a similar kind of thing, but they had the courtesy to actually pinpoint to you where they were. What's a good way to force players to have to spend more time in the game world than they want to? The best way to do that is to give objectives to the player that are vague in their exact, specific, literal, actual, geographical positioning in the game world. To have them roam around aimlessly in the hope that they'll eventually come across one of the locations or one of the places where one of the objectives is. This is the greatest way to do so. It's like there's so many locations that it could be. Stan, you looked this up. Honestly, you're so sick of running aimlessly like that, you wouldn't mind hints. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Like, there was a quest that I did before in the playthrough where it was a similar kind of quest, but they actually showed you where you needed to go.
This place is heavily guarded.
Hang on. No mercy, rats!
Okay, it's pointless fighting these enemies because they're nothing to do with the current quest. literally don't have time for this bullshit. I want to get this playthrough done this year.
Now! Get them!
Mr. Epic, especially the ending. Ellie went through all that trouble, lost some people along the way, but suddenly she has a change of heart and spares her. Why, that makes no sense. She even bit off one of her fingers. You're like, so you wouldn't even give us that, huh? Didn't even give us an option with a prompt or something? But you think they didn't do that because they knew almost everyone would choose to kill her. Yeah, I mean, I guess they wanted the story to go the way that they wanted to as well. Like, but it's understandable that not everyone's going to like what gets done with the story as well. Hey there, Oz Jim. Good evening to you. How's it going, dude?
What do you see?
Where the hell is this objective game? See how annoying it is just seeing this? That's how annoyed I feel at this quest objective. Fuck it, I'm looking it up too. Don't have time for this. I'll be 80 by the time this gets done otherwise. And that's 40 years away. Not bad, Oz Jim? Oh, that's good. I hope you're keeping warm and stuff. Mr. Goatee, how's Rod today? Sorry you had to talk to your dad about travel plans. Oh, that's all good, dude. That's absolutely no worries at all. I'm doing well, having a good day. This is the last stream day of Valhalla for this week. So there's 3 story arcs that I want to get done today. And that way on Monday...
This will get messy.
On Monday, I'll be able to do... my least favourite story arc, which is the one in Essex with Bierstan, the guy who has a long lost love that he wants to reunite with, and blah 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 blah. Then I've got the Gunnar quest That's basically the Halloween quest as well. So I'll get to those on Monday. Jim, you're playing Division 2, but the servers are down now for maintenance, 3 hours or more. That'd be so annoying. Is that like, is it the same day and time every week? Mr. Epic, Naughty Dog went in your eyes from being one of the greatest developers to you think you'll never buy a game from them again. It's like the saying, never meet your heroes. Yeah, I mean, it's fair enough too, you know. But yeah, I've only played The Last of Us 1, but I know what happens in The Last of Us 2. I really like the Uncharted games a lot. In fact, I want to do a playthrough of those this year if I can. But it doesn't matter if that overlaps into starting them this year at the end of the year and then start it next year. But I would like to replay them again because I've only played them once. Mr. Gote, but you're thinking Japan or China for 12 to 10 days. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. It's going to help organise your passport and it's going to give you from now to the end of next year to save, then go following year sometime after your birthday. Oh, hell yeah. That's excellent, Mr. Gote. It's good to have something like that to look forward to and also to save for as well. Jim, no, they're bug fixing and general stuff. Oh, I see. Well, that's good, though. As much as it'd be annoying to not be able to play it for that time, at the end of the day, it's better that they do the maintenance than not. Because you don't want it to be a situation where things end up terrible. Mr. Goethe, it's called the Warriors of China package. There's like 3,000. You go to see forts and castles and statues. Oh, very nice. That's definitely a lot, but, you know, if it's something that you want to do, you know, it's definitely good to be able to save up for that.
Have a look, Sunan.
So it actually put on the map an icon. Finally.
Exodidum planetum revolutam, sed non
Union Christi. Hey, hold on. No!
Cum magno voce latrari canes belli cubili exalsit. Sit faciem quintus felium nabulato pirium. Felini mendacium et humilis. Ladran only. Gar Julius, for Julius! Hine vete mit sule and saue.
Wir are destined and not from.
Mr. Gote, you can't wait though. You'll just save money by playing AC all year or something. It's a good way to do it, you know. Stan, when guards say, flank the idiot, you're like, I'm not an idiot. It's like, come on. Stan's not an idiot game. We're not idiots game. What are you doing? Demoralizing everyone. Jim, just worried what new bugs you get afterwards, because you always get new ones after fixes. Yeah, that's the other thing too, like, because you don't know what them changing one thing will actually do to some other stuff. Some probably like obscure code that is wrapped up in something that ends up going wrong because of another change. So no, you got this. Absolutely. We're getting there. This quest will be finished soon. Would an idiot look for quest locations for 3 hours? I don't think so.
Be my eyes soon. The gods here are vigilant.
Hey, what? Your guts out! Jesus God, man!
No! No! That's new leather!
Oh, Jim, any zealots come for you yet? Well, none of them actually did. I still had to actually go and seek them out. Because even though I didn't kill Leofrith, and I never burnt that letter that he tells you about, the zealots didn't even come after me, even after leaving the letter there. So, the only way for them to actually come after you is to actually kill Leofrith. But I ended up getting rid of them all, so all the zealots are taken care of now. The remaining targets that are left on this menu are all related to story progression now. Because it's funny, if you look at the quest, because I still kept it, because I didn't actually burn the letter, but this is the quest, Hunted. A group known as the Zealots has been given orders to kill Eivor on sight. Eivor must find the written order and burn it to avoid being hunted. Then, when you actually look on the game screen, the parchment must be burned before the next dusk. Well, we've had 100 dusks by now, since then probably, and it never actually made them come after me.
What do you see, Sunan?
Hey there, Ronan. How's it going?
Min broder måste lite para.
Time to die! Pathetic! You like a lady? With me, brother! Finish you! Come on! With me, here! Remain steadfast. You will pay!
What?
An arrow in the dog.
That didn't do anything to it? Oh, come off it, game. Oh well, it destroyed that, but didn't kill him. There's reasons, I guess. Not close enough to the explosion.
Coward! You won't escape!
Rigged.
No dei Egipti faraoni. Obsessus cum profeta Mosi imprecari mala magna que fecera.
Work with me! You can't outrun me!
Oh, that's alright, Ronan. There's no worries at all, dude. Welcome on into you. I hope things are going well.
Over into your veins! Now!
Introa erit anima domini mea.
You're one too, brother.
like how it was putting icons on the map in specific spots for this quest before, but now it's stopped doing that. Ugh. Spent too much time on this fucking shit, Ubisoft. It's fucking waste of fucking time. It's a contrived way to elongate the time you take for the whole quest as a overall thing too. It's not necessarily always the pacing of the story that affects the pacing of the story. Sometimes it's the actual gameplay contrivances of how long you have to spend doing something as part of a quest. Where you have games like Red Dead Redemption 2 and Ghost of Tsushima, for example, that actually do a great job at keeping you invested in the story and the game world without making it feel like you're just basically dragging your feet at certain points to get something done just for the sake of, hey, let's not show you where the thing actually is, but let's have you have to wander around for 20 to 30 to 40 to 5 hours just to fucking find something related to the quest that you're on. Hey there, Carbon. Apart from complaining about this quest, I'm doing well. Things are going good. How's things going with you? So it is a waste of time. You're not wrong there. You know, it's just so annoying. This game does it too, but Odyssey introduced the concept of having, here, do this quest. Oh, by the way, now you have 3 subquests to do various things. Like, subquest, the main quest will be, go and speak to such and such to learn more about what you need to do. And then instead of just having the character tell you what you need to do, and then just going and doing it, the game is like, here's 3 tasks that you have to go around the game world and fucking do first. Task 1, go to this other person and see what help they need. Task 2, go and destroy 500 of these things. Task 3, go and kiss yourself 500 times in the mirror. You know, just contrived things. Like, it's like trying to pad out an episode of a show by adding nonsensical stuff just to get the runtime to match what the other episodes have been, you know. But yeah, this whole thing about multiple quests accepted. Here's 3 different tasks to do. It's like, no. Carbon, well, maybe the quest complains about you, but you don't know about it. That could be true. And the quest is actively not showing me where I need to go on the map. It was a moment ago, like for a few of the things, it was like, here's some icons. Oh, finally. Oh no, that's because I'm near where Sigurd is. Oh, finally, it showed me again. Holy fucking shit. Are you doing okay, Carbon? You're dealing with the heat. Ah, yes. I hate the heat. It's like just so frustrating. Makes it hard to concentrate sometimes too as well. I hope you can find some really good ways to cool down, dude. So you don't rent off to it. When you do, it's 12 out of 10. Thank you, Soda. There's just certain things like, you know, that they do that they think every player is going to absolutely enjoy. But it just becomes a chore.
Edwin's men, they're after us.
Hey Godfather Al, welcome on in. You're playing through Origins again, but when you crouch you get a white dot reticle in the middle of the screen. Don't remember having that in the past. Any idea how to get rid of it? That's actually very strange. I don't know if I've come across that myself. What version are you playing? Because I've played the Xbox version and the PlayStation versions of Origins, but I don't remember that happening. I mean, one thing you could try maybe is just temporarily turning your HUD elements off and then on again. Raid, what do you get when you combine a rhetorical question and a joke? Nice one, Raid. That's very inventive. Very clever. I like it. How's it going, Raid? Godfather, PC version, but in the past you also played PC version. Ah, okay. You're not sure what it could be then, unfortunately, dude. But that would be so annoying. Something like that, not being able to get rid of it. Cheers, Soda. But yeah, there's just some things in games where it's like, it's done on purpose to be annoying. It's not done out of some hope that it's going to make the game, you know, more enjoyable. It's just done to make the player feel like they're doing chores.
You there! What's wrong?
Here they come! Quick, men, or they'll wipe us out!
Can't hold out much longer.
Pathetic. Get behind if you can. Eat this! Suffer for that! Pay for your sins!
You pulled our asses out of the fire, friend. We're grateful to you.
Now see how the meter only moved up a fraction? That's because they know that they want the player to spend more time in the game world. So now we have to roam around aimlessly again until we get to another point where the game decides to put an icon on the screen to tell me where I actually have to go to do something. Welcome to Ubisoft's quadruple A programming. I know that they didn't term. I know that they didn't come up with the term quadruple A until Skull and Bones, but retroactively we can now apply it to their other games in a way to suggest that it's the quadruple A way. Make your player feel like they have to do chores in the video game world and spend hours wasting time exploring just to find mission objectives. It's the way of the future. All games should do this, even Tetris. We know you could get a Tetris right now, but we need you to do 500 other things first before we let you actually have that Tetris. Godfather, you have it on hard. Just try different difficulties, makes no difference. It'd be so frustrating not to know how to fix it. Alright, let's go back to this video I was looking at. Show me some more locations. Before I die of old age. At the age of 100. Ronan, you thought there was an option to make objectives waypoints show up directly or hinted like in Ghost Recon? Yeah, there's supposed to be some option, I think, in the exploration or something like that. But I swear I've changed it in the past and it has no effect on anything. In that way, I mean. Exploration difficulty, Adventurer. I've got it on the most basic one. Closest opportunities are shown on the compass. All location objectives have an icon in the world. Icon distances are shown. But still, you have to be in range of one of these objectives for this quest for it to even appear on your map as an icon to go to. Running, yeah, exploration mode or something, yeah.
Shouldn't be seen.
But no, it doesn't actually do that, unfortunately. Not for this quest, at least. Unless, do I have to put it in the other direction? Adventurer seems most basic, but maybe exploration should be Pathfinder. Oh no, no. Brady, if you don't know any better, I'd say you don't like this quest. Oh, I love it. It's my favorite quest in the whole game. I was saying before that earlier in the playthrough there was a similar quest to this, but they showed all the icons for where things were for the quest on the map instantly, straight away. Whereas for this one, they seemingly want you to spend more time. They just want the time of the story arc to go longer, that's all. It's probably a decision that the game designers overrode the writer for. We can't have a story arc that short. We need to pad it out with gameplay. So I'd say it's less of a writer's thing and more of a game designer thing where they're like, this quest isn't long enough story-wise. Let's pad it out with gameplay. Make you have to spend all this time roaming around finding these objective markers. Just in case players who are doing this quest haven't fully explored the game for 500 hours yet. If I was editing this into a movie format, I would basically make this whole section a montage of destroying things with some music behind it, and then boom, done. A few seconds, under a minute.
Hey! Not getting away from me! Get back here!
Stretch your wings, Sunan.
Godfather, when you crouch here in Valhalla, you don't get a white dot in the middle of the screen, right? Oh, you do? Oh, look at that. Yeah, I didn't even notice Godfather Al. I never actually noticed that before. But yeah, happens in this as well. Wonder why, though. Like, I can understand if you wanted to put it up when the character was aiming, but... very weird.
We have the advantage.
Together, lads, we have this. You're going down. No! You're mine. Ha!
Remain steadfast.
Out! Damn you!
You're gonna die.
God, lumber into your face! Oh!
Look at this shit. A little bit of a sliver of the fucking bar is left. Come off it. Like, this is petty programming, this is. I should have done enough by now for it to fully fill that meter.
Stop and die!
Unless it's not going to make it pop up because I'm in the middle of combat. But look at this. It's actually full.
I have weakened Eadwyn's defenses enough. Ambushing her soldiers should be my final strike before the battle begins.
There we go. It was because we were still in combat. So, that's understandable. But, it still doesn't make the fact that I've almost spent an hour on this bullshit any less of an annoyance. Godfather, weird, you don't remember having it in the past, but could also be misremembering, but also you don't remember it in Odyssey. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even notice it happen in this game when crouched, so I wouldn't have noticed it in any other game either. So then, bullshit, next mission be like, Eadwyn's forces are somewhere in England. Would not be surprised. Carbon, yeah, the design feels off. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things where I understand, like, it's understandable not to make a quest be done in 5 seconds, but at the same time, unless the player has chosen options to make the game not show you where to go or what is what on purpose, if they haven't chosen that as an option, then it should be more considerate and just be like, yeah, we'll just let the player know. Rage, you don't understand, Rod. Unless you blow up the last jar, the region won't be unstable enough to continue. That last jar is holding the whole world together. It really is, you know, it's got a lot of weight on its shoulders. The fate of the entire universe is balancing on that. Raid. It's why modern society is slowly decaying. We've stopped using oil jars. We need to go back in time. We need to find the actual time in which oil jars started the decline, and then make sure that we stop it from that. Because it's been 5 hours since we actually did anything related to this full quest, I'll recap. Pilgrimage to St. Albanese. The Abbey of St. Albanese holds the mysterious full key, imprisoned for heresy and of interest to Sigurd. Any audio sync issues that happen with cutscenes and stuff, I'm already aware of it. I'll just keep on streaming until the current story arc is finished, and then when that happens, I'll start a new stream, and then continue on the playthrough with the next story arc.
Show me what lies ahead.
Show me by not showing me, but show me by highlighting an area, but then don't show me exactly where in that area. Just, you know what I mean? Like, I know that it can be annoying in the previous games to this one with the Eagle. Well, I should say Mirage as well, because they go back to how the Eagle operated in Origins and Odyssey. Like, I understand how it can get annoying having to...
This is the camp.
Having to move the cursor on the game screen until the game gets close enough to it, and it can be annoying doing that. Which is why, when they brought it back for Mirage, they should have made it that you didn't have to get as close to something to actually uncover it on the map. You know, as long as you were close enough, the game should be like, players close enough, boom, show it. But they didn't do that.
How do we charm her when she's in our care? Do we say what we're after? Or do we dance around the idea?
From what I've learned about Fulke, she's not shy about sharing her esoterica. If we ask her one question, she'll answer 10.
Good. But we mustn't seem eager. She could use it against us.
And here's Eivor.
Ah, you've timed things well. The holy woman Fulke is close by.
Imprisoned at St. Albanese Monastery, just around the bend.
This is our moment, Eivor. After this, everything changes.
I might be pleased for you if I knew who this woman was and why we needed her.
I have explained enough. Now is the time for action.
You've done nothing of the sort. Nothing but give me your blind word.
I wish to speak to her. Me, your Jarl. That alone is reason enough.
Why? So she might cast a spell and turn Eadwyn into an eel.
Fulke is not the only advantage we seek here, Eivor. There will be treasures in St. Albanese. More than we can count.
I've already plundered St. Albanese Abbey and lifted its treasures from nave to crypt. I saw no prisoners of note.
She is there. I know it. And she is the most valuable treasure of them all. Eivor, there was a time when you would follow me without question, because we trusted one another, because you knew I would never lead you into folly, never wager our lives before I knew the cost. Is there something that holds you back from embracing me as you once did? As your brother? Your family?
Sigurd, you know I would never betray your trust in me. I'll fight with you. But there must be limits to this chase. Giedrich is counting on us.
Of course he is. And soon we will deliver. Come. When you raided St. Albanese, are you sure you saw nothing? No crypts? No prisoners?
Nothing I can recall for certain.
It's cool that it takes note of the fact that I've already actually gone to St. Albanese and looked inside and all that kind of stuff. Right, but they do say that in Mirage, if you get close enough, they say target nearby using Kidu. That is true. But what they don't do is, let's say I need to mark this boat. And I go into this mode. And the icon comes up to tell me I'm close to pinpointing that boat. It will want you to actually get to there before popping up and saying, "You found it," where it should be like, "Here should be enough." Boom, found it. You know what I mean?
What do we know of this woman?
Very little. She appears to be an adventurer of sorts.
The Thane called her a heretic.
All the better for us. She's clearly someone who knows her own mind.
I admire your optimism, brother. Go, my eyes.
Need to cloak myself here.
Where is this woman?
There will be a crypt or dungeon near the central church, I believe.
Here's the monastery, St. Albanese.
Fulke's held inside, somewhere well protected.
Through here.
At long last.
Nice one, Sona. 12 out of 10. Would recommend.
For like holy Judas, I thank you, beloved Jesus, for the wisdom to pierce a fierce cloud, to see beyond and above the lies of Yaldabaoth, to know the first mystery that is the last mystery that is the 24th mystery. Amen.
Who dares enter this sanctuary?
This stony cave reeks of piss and salty tears.
How dare you?
We've come for the woman Fulke. She need not bedevil you any longer.
Oh, the mad heretic!
Ah, the self-begotten spirit has sent an angel to deliver me.
Open the door.
Her heresies must be punished. Not by Danes or Mahometans, but by true Christians.
Friar, our hands are bloody with the gore of your guardians. Is your god so starved of martyrs that you wish to die as well?
You make a fine point. Let me pray on this. The Lord bids me to welcome all strangers. Here, friend, take the key, and depart with your strange friend.
Hang on.
That was funny. Raid sounds like some Lovecraft shit. Yeah. The first mystery, which is the last mystery, which is the 24th mystery. Dr. Darling, hang on. Here is the key, stranger, now stab me in the back. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to. But it is funny. It's like when you rescue prisoners in this game that are actually enemies otherwise, and you can just kill them, just like in Odyssey as well. Full key. This game's Micah Bell.
Praise thee, Lord of the Treasury of Light, for this chance of deliverance. Are you sent by the angels of Sackless, or the self-begotten one above?
That I cannot answer.
You are the woman called Fulke.
I am Fulke in this realm, a humble seeker of the self-begotten one's true nature.
And you are a collector of artifacts?
The instruments of the children of Sackless the Fool. Yes, I am. I have many such curiosities.
And you possess an object? A polished stone with unusual markings?
Now, you're a curious one. A cowl and robes hiding tawny skin. And that devilish blade.
Why do we linger here? Soldiers will be coming.
There are stables beyond the monastery where we can speak in peace.
Lead the way.
Come.
This way, Eivor. Where are you?
Raid, his mistake for trusting a Viking. This is true. He shouldn't have turned his back, you know, to be fair.
Come with me, Eivor.
How long were you imprisoned?
Some weeks, perhaps a month.
For your so-called heresies?
Heresies, yes. I have been blessed to discover many profane objects in my lifetime. Objects which attest to the works of the demi-nation. The false gods were held by these robed imbeciles. Across Germania and Francia, I found these relics and carvings. And here in England, too. Lady Edwin claims they are blasphemous, but her mind is clouded. The true worth of these objects is immense.
May we see these objects?
If you wish to know the truth of our origins, I will show you today.
I would indeed. Where you go, I will follow.
Raid, the elder Beowulf, a name she mentioned earlier, is apparently the name of an Isu scientist known as the Father of Understanding. Ah, okay. That's interesting. Yeah, there's some notes in this game that you read that talk about a lot of that stuff as well in Alfred's study or whatever it is. That talk about the mother, the father, and the sacred voice and all that.
Enough of these mysteries, Sigurd.
Fulke is a curator of objects of great worth, one of which may reveal my true nature.
True nature? You said this was about victory, about defeating Edwin.
To know that I am descended from the ancient gods is a victory. It will give me dominion over this land.
Descended of the gods? Brother, what by Odin's eye are you saying?
Fulke, we have heard that you possess a profane stone with strange markings and the image of a tree.
That I do. A monolith I call the Saga Stone, for it came to this land with the Dane Ragnar Lothbrok.
Do you have it?
It is the sun and moon of all my sacred objects.
Will you buy and trade this stone for an alliance? Or more fighting men? Is it useful for anything other than flattering yourself?
Perhaps I should leave you three alone to hammer through your differences.
We are unified. We only wish to see the stone, to read the runes inscribed upon it.
No one on Earth can read those runes. The languages are known and probably long dead.
There is no risk in letting us look.
No risk at all. Praise thee, O self-begotten one, for sending these three to deliver me from my punishment.
No whispering gods let me hear, Fulke. I brought myself.
You came because I called you, Eivor. They spoke through me.
Brother, you have my head spinning.
And you fascinate me more with each passing moment. The Saga Stone is hidden away in the care of my acolyte. Are you ready to go see it?
Dr. Darling, punch, 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 punch.
The sooner we see this slab of rock, the better. Let's go.
Approach the stone with an open mind, Eivor. You may find it more interesting than you expect.
What is it about this stone that captivates you, Fulke?
The Saga Stone comes from an ancient race of beings, a generation of lesser gods, as do all the artifacts I collect for my church.
You prayed to the Christ Jesus in your cell. Is your church not the Church of Rome, like these Saxons?
These Saxons believe in Christ the Redeemer, but I know his true purpose. Christ the Educator, the keeper of secret knowledge.
Is this why Eadwyn loathes you? For preaching such an idea?
Yes. Christians like her, like Alfred, they believe Christ's purpose on earth was to wash us free of sin. The Roman Church has been deluded by the lies of Saklas, or Yaldabaoth, the demiurge of many names. A lesser god. Saklas and his kind were wise in their time, but they lost sight of the true god, the self-begotten one, lord of the treasury of light. This is why Eadwyn had me punished and imprisoned. What she calls heresy is, in fact, the true nature of the universe.
Yours is a strange saga, Fulke.
And I have not yet reached its end.
Be on your guard. Someone is watching us.
Take care, everyone.
Are you ready?
Take care, everyone.
The villagers aren't happy we're here.
Eadwyn's eyes and ears, no doubt.
This is the place, up ahead.
What is this tower?
A ruin from England's Roman past. My acolyte found it abandoned and derelict. He took refuge here after his bishop expelled him for teaching the same truths that got me imprisoned.
He was a priest.
He was, and he is. The bishops of England are simply too craven and deluded to understand the secret wisdom we possess.
Sigurd, what are you doing? Basim, what are you doing? Sigurd got to the top of the ladder and then just jumped off and went back to the ground, and then Basim did as well.
How did the little piggy... Sorry.
Whoops.
How the little piggies will grunt when they hear how the old boar suffered.
What's that from, Mr. Epic? Thanks for redeeming it as a Bane impression. Dr. Darling, practicing parkour. That's what they're doing. Getting their practice in.
Brother Paul! Are you here? Ransacked from floor to roof. Basim, stand guard outside.
This was Eadwyn's doing. I have no doubt.
The stone is within?
I asked Paul to hide it well, but I do not know where. This moves.
It must be there.
Brother Paul is very clever. It could be hidden anywhere.
Mr. Epic. It's Ragnar Lothbrok from Vikings. Ah, okay, cool. Yeah, I haven't seen that show.
Dear God.
Something I like in the upcoming cutscene. Oh no, hang on, it's not yet. Or is it yet? Anyway, I'll talk about it after it happens, when it happens. Rage, you said this before, but you lay it out again. The Order of the Ancients worship these two as gods. And there's three figures central to their faith. The Sacred Voice, the Mother of Wisdom, and the Father of Understanding. These three figures were actually a trio of elite Isu scientists. I got your Raid, yeah. Yeah, I knew about what the Order of the Ancients were worshipping, and they worship the Isu as gods, but yeah. Sacred Voice, Mother of Wisdom, Father of Understanding, trio of elite Isu scientists. Hey there, AC. How's it going?
Is this him, your acolyte, Paul?
My dearest friend. May you live as one with the true God, in the treasury of light.
Your friend paid the price for his loyalty. I imagine he was guarding the stone.
Edwin's men did this. They killed Brother Paul and took my stone.
You, always questioning, second-guessing my wishes. You slowed us down, and I missed my chance.
It's a stone, Sigurd. You're chasing shadows like a madman howling at the moon. What matters is victory against Edwin and her allies.
This was my victory. To know my true self. My destiny. My...
Hold, both of you. You hear that?
Soldiers, Edwin's here.
How dare you Danes befoul my lands?
Hold off, Eivor. First we talk. Lady Edwin! A stone was taken from this tower, inscribed with runes, and the image of a tree. Do you know it?
Yes. One of this heretic's blasphemous baubles. Is that why you've come?
We are here to trade. That stone for an assurance of peace.
What are you saying? We gave Giedrich our word.
For that stone, we will leave your lands and not return.
Oh, for this? You must bring me Giedrich's head.
The stone is within our grasp.
We made a promise, brother. Brother.
We have a deal, then?
We accept.
Done.
We do not!
Eivor! No!
Cut them down! Leave none alive!
Eivor, are you mad?
Edwin flees. We had our chance!
We will speak of this, Eivor. I will not forget. I'll kill you!
Have your guts out!
Oh, snap the spine!
Hey, intruder! Here! Come on!
Get ready! More of them!
Get behind if you can!
Back, dog! God damn you! Back! Away with you! Die!
Take the fight to the enemy! I'll stick you!
Eivor, you mock-minded fool!
That was our chance to recover the stone without letting of blood.
I will not betray Giedrich.
That is not for you to decide.
My promises are my own, and they are ironclad.
Your first oath is to your Jarl, Sigurd Jarl, your brother and master.
That's one view, Basim. I believe there will be other chances. We can keep our oaths and find this stone together. Eadwin will flee to her castle. You want your stone? It will be there.
Giedrich's pathetic army will never breach the walls. We could have first taken the stone, then laid siege. That was always our plan, Eivor. I had no intention of betraying Giedrich.
It was your plan all along? Yet you saw fit to keep me guessing through your fits of madness.
You are not always to be trusted. Your passions overcome you. I know that. My father knew that. Your father knew it.
Sit here and bemoan your fate, brother. I have a promise to keep, and I mean to.
You think too much of yourself, Eivor. You do not have the wisdom of Odin. Come, Basim.
This quarrel with your brother is something to behold. Has it always been so heated?
All my life we moved as one. As family. As kin. I have always known his mind, and he mine. Until this day.
Time makes idiots of us all.
You fought well today, Fulke. Would you fight beside me now?
To wrest control of the Shire from Eadwin? I will.
Giedrich asked me to cripple her line of support. Would you know where she gets her rations and supplies?
East of Oxenforda, south of the Lichvila. There's a place called Eaton Barn where eager merchants sell to soldiers.
Meet me there. I'll come soon. Sigurd, brother, you are lost in a sea storm of your own making. Eadwin's defenses have been weakened, but I could do more before joining Fulke.
The invisible person strikes again, moving that sword. Stand damn, dick. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of animosity that builds between Eivor and Sigurd in this part of the story. Raid, Sigurd, aka Biggest Dickus. Knowing how the story goes, I give him a pass at this point in the story. No punch, no punch. No. I mean, out of the two, it's probably Basim that would deserve the punch more, because Basim is actually the one that instigated for Sigurd this idea of him, not that it's false, but this idea of him being, you know, godly in some way. But not in the way of literal godliness, but in the way of, we know that the Isu created humans, and that they didn't have superpowers, they had technology. So they weren't actually gods, but they were viewed as gods, but that doesn't make them gods. Like, I could view myself as such and such, but that doesn't make me such and such, just by thinking I am, you know what I mean? Like, I might think of myself as a millionaire, but I can't prove that I am, so I don't have $1 million. No amount of me seeing myself as one is going to make me one, you know? So the Isu aren't actually gods. They didn't have superpowers. There is no magic in the AC universe. There's only technology. Sigurd tried to make it personal. This is true. But you got to remember too, he's been blindsided by this promise that Basim has given him that by finding this stone, he's going to find out this stuff. Now Basim knows because he's fully Loki at this point. Sigurd doesn't know yet fully because he doesn't realize that he actually has Tyr memories inside his DNA, you know. Just like Eivor doesn't yet understand what's going on with Eivor. And so Basim, knowing full well what's going on before Sigurd does, and obviously he wants Sigurd to find this out because he wants the satisfaction of him remembering what had happened to Loki. Right, Basim's orchestrating events, but Sigurd still has accountability. Yeah, I mean, I can see from the perspective of he is being a bit unfair to Eivor by not actually letting Eivor know about stuff. But he wouldn't otherwise be doing that if not for Basim's influence. So yeah, he shouldn't react the way that he does. But he's been blinded with the promise of what Sigurd has been telling him. Manipulation. The manipulator should be the one who is punished more than the person who was manipulated to do so. If I'm manipulating someone into doing something, I can't then just say, well, they did it, not me. It doesn't matter. I sowed the seeds for what they ended up doing by manipulating them into doing it, you know, so it's the same with Basim and Sigurd. His manipulation is not Sigurd's fault. It's something that Basim has instigated.
I need your eyes, my friend.
Hey there, Senny. Welcome on in, Dranga. How's it going, dude?
I ain't in the business of helping you.
Dear man, would you live under Edwin's boot? For that is where you will be if these supplies reach her castle.
I'd give 'em over to any man for enough silver. I've a livelihood to keep.
I had silver before I was caged, and I will again. You need only give me time. I'm as good as my word.
It's a crying shame, your story. But a few supplies ain't gonna rewrite the history of the world, woman.
Good friend, your wares will bring death to the farmers and merchants of this land. Could you live with such a burden?
None of my concern.
Not until there's a sword at your neck.
Crooked, going pretty good, thanks. Just came back from the morning walk. How's Valhalla going today? Excellent, dude. I'm glad to hear that. And I hope that you had a great time with the walk. Hope the weather was good for it too. As for Valhalla, it's going well. I finally got past that quest where you have to spend 5 hours trying to find the supplies and everything to burn. So I finally got that done, and we're still in the same story arc that I started the stream with. So Sigurd has, basically been manipulated by Basim into seeking out this saga stone, and Eivor threw the axe at one of the soldiers of Edwin during the conversation that they were having, and yeah, they had a bit of an argument.
There's Fulke.
It's for the good of your Shire.
You've lost your senses.
What's the noise about?
She's trying to rob me. I warn you, soldiers are coming to escort me any minute.
This merchant is taking supplies to the castle. Oil for boiling, arrows, shields, rations. I offered to buy them, but he refuses.
I don't sell on a future promise of profit. Edwin's a valuable customer.
Then I'll make you a new author. How about a story? I'll spin you a tale in exchange for your wares.
That's an odd bargain, Dane, but I'll bite. Sing me one of your sagas.
The wild winds wandered. The seas spit salt. The night fell into slumber. Wise Odin rose and bade farewell. He pulled on boots of leather.
Bit of a slow start. Pick it up.
Long before the beginning, before you and I and the others, Wise Odin looked with his one wan eye, stared and blinked and thundered.
This Odin fella, he's one of your gods, innit?
The moon burns red, the sea foams gold. Wise Odin utters the words.
Right, this is not what I wanted. Stop it, will ya?
The snake coils. Look, he yowls. Poison drips from the mouth.
Enough, enough! Is this some sort of Nordic curse? Run! Go!
How does it end?
They all die. We can use these oil jars to surprise the soldiers.
I see visions of burning men, the screams of soldiers aflame. If we place the oil and supplies near the hay along the road, it will burn like hellfire when the soldiers arrive.
Take position on that bluff and watch for the soldiers, would you?
You'll hear me howl as the men approach.
This area is off limits.
Ich bin Hilfe! Ich hilf mir! Ich schwöre je! Oh.
Crooked though, yeah, it's nice 20 degrees Celsius here, so for late summer. Oh, excellent. It's always good when the weather can actually cooperate when you want to do certain things as well. You know, a lot of people didn't like this plot point about Sigurd's and Eivor's conflict, but you think it's really fitting both reactions. This is true, you know, because Sigurd has been with Basim away from Eivor for quite a while before we get to this point. And so Basim has been able to weave his words into Sigurd's ear, knowing full well that Sigurd is actually like him, but Sigurd not knowing yet. And so Basim is using that to his advantage. And one might ask, well, why doesn't he just...
What was that?
Why doesn't he just outright kill Sigurd and be done with it? And it's because he wants Sigurd to remember. Because he wants Sigurd to remember what Tyr and Odin had done to his son Fenrir. You know, and things like that. So you've got that angle as well that's happening. And so that's why he doesn't just outright kill Sigurd and Eivor, when he could have had multiple opportunities to do it at this point. Because he wants both of them... Well, I mean, he doesn't know that Eivor is actually, you know, the same as yet. But, you know, Sigurd at the very least, he knows. And so he wants Sigurd to remember first. But it's just an added bonus for him that Eivor is also one like him and Sigurd, you know. What bluff? I couldn't see anything, Eivor. Me neither. It's like, what? That was funny when that happens with games, when something gets in front of the camera. And Sigurd does have visions and memories, etc., yet Eivor doesn't believe him and thinks he's gone mad. This is true. Yeah, you know, like, Eivor has visions, but for her perspective of things, she doesn't think of them in the same way, you know, that Sigurd does. So I think on some level she doesn't want to read much into it, you know what I mean? Like, even at the start when she sees that vision, and she's like, you know, Volker is like, you know, you will betray Sigurd. She's like, no, I won't, you know, all this kind of stuff.
En ik toen je verstoppen het in elfse beren.
chose death. Focus, we have this! Follow our lead. Spread out! We have this! You will... Jesus, guide my blows!
That's the last of them. Eidwin will be waiting for aid that never comes. Something wrong?
No. No, quite the opposite. At Sancte Albanes, your brother claimed kinship with the gods. Is it true? Is he descended from the Archon's children, the Isu?
Not to be blunt, Fulke, but only half of what you say ever makes any sense to me.
Forgive me. I often presume too much of my audience. Men who fear damnation, when ignorance is the greatest of all evils.
Ignorance of what?
What a perfect sentence. I'll ask more simply. Could your brother be descended of the god? Or could he be a god himself?
You spend too much time locked in that fetid cell, Fulke.
Weeks of fasting and prayer and abstinence can clarify that which we otherwise fail to see.
Sigurd is only a man, the son of a king and my brother. He may think highly of himself, but he's no god.
Yet it's possible his line of kings was fathered by a god, in ages past.
We haven't time for these fantasies, Fulke. It's time I regroup with Giedrich to see how his assault preparations are coming along.
Godspeed, Eivor. I will stay here to pray for the souls of the dead before I join you.
Sunan, guide me.
Look, lads! There's Eivor!
We're with you, Eivor!
Those castle walls won't be thick enough to stop us!
Long live Giedrich!
None will stop us!
Eivor! Giedrich! And victory!
Giedrich.
Eivor, have you dealt Edwin a few bruising blows?
I have. She'll feel the pain soon enough.
Excellent. My men are itching to attack the fortress, but we'd be fools to force it now.
Why is that?
On account of Edwin's got too many traps and defences. Her springalds cut us to bloody stumps before they poured boiling oil upon us like a summer tempest.
Keep the men at the ready. I'll slip in alone and see what I can do about these defences.
By my joints and ankles, you're a tough one.
The castle keep looks impregnable. That will be Edwin's last stand. All right, I'm in.
Best be vigilant.
Fucking hell, finally climbing up. Whatever game.
The spring are
Whatever
large
game.
monsters. I must disable them. There's more to be done, but this should be enough to launch the assault.
These
Now
things are
it's
made
down
out
to
of wood,
Giedrich
yes,
to
yes,
his men.
not fucking adamantium. Kevlar. Hey, Vada Mazda. Hope it's going well. Crooked, that explosion clearly wasn't big enough. Clearly not. It needed to be a nuclear-sized explosion. You know what I mean? Like, that was Definitely not enough. Yeah, just imagine. Like, imagine that. And then it's still not destroyed. Exactly, yeah. You gotta love programming in games like that. Other people might put up with it, but it's bullshit. Sona, it is bullplop. It really is Sona, yeah. You know, it's not like it was made out of some, indestructible material. It's made out of wood. I mean, yeah, there might be some like metal or something components to it, but I'm sure an explosion like that would have been adequate.
I say we wait. There's too much riding on this.
I am Sigurd Jarl, Lord of East Mercia, and I say we fight. Now!
You're a good man, Sigurd, and I'm thankful for all you've done. But without Eivor, I make no moves. We wait.
Bit late there, game, on finalising that quest, aren't you?
Is it done?
It is.
And have you laid your poles of hazel and composed your poems for this coming victory?
I'm here to speak with Giedrich.
Go on, then. You master of aids.
Still dreaming of your precious stone?
It is not dreams that led me here, Eivor. I've had visions, prophecies from the gods.
Visions.
I'll sacrifice to Tyr this day, the Lord of Justice, the harbinger of flawless victory.
Sigurd, what prophecies?
Are we ready to assault the castle, Eivor? The signs and portents read well.
Nice one, Sona. A Roman candle would have sufficed. Exactly. Even like a little matchstick. Just put it on there and it would have started to burn.
We are ready. Give the command.
Good. And let's be quick about it. My scouts tell me a force of King Alfred's men is on the march. Let's end this before that flap-mouthed pudding has a chance to hit back.
Hey.
Bring down the drawbridge!
Arrow fire!
Flank the idiot! Press hard!
It's open!
Take the castle!
Spare no one!
Incoming!
She's through there!
Eivor, get to the portcullis.
With me, here!
It's open! Find Eadwyn!
Because I want to get the dialogue with Eadwyn in the fight. I won't be aggressive because the fight will end very quickly given my power level. So I'll just do what I can on purpose to make the dialogue happen.
Lady Eadwyn! Eadwyn, you won't get away this time.
Foolish Dane! I will send you to your sad supper in Valhalla. A reward in silver for each dead day.
There's your wages.
We will use your flesh as mulch for our crops.
Go to your god, wherever he hides.
Christ is surely with us.
You felled the lofty lady.
Do what you must, Thane of Dungheaps. As one loyal to her shire and her people, I know which of us God favors.
Eivor bested you. It's for Eivor to decide your fate.
You fought with honor and purpose. For that, I put you in Giedrich's care. You will see you're treated well.
I will, so long as you recant your friendship with that pot of warm piss, King Alfred.
Agreed.
Take her away.
I fulfilled my promise to you. I trust you'll do the same. An oath between our people.
Aye, you've done us well, Eivor. I thank you. And if ever you need the like, I'll do what I can.
I will. Count on it.
I'd be quick about plundering. King Alfred will be on his way, and he won't be alone.
Usually I choose exile, but I just wanted to choose the other. Okay, so coming up soon, we're going to see a cutscene where essentially Basim is going to notice when Eivor has one of their hallucinations, just to put it in an understandable way. There's a certain look that Basim gives when he sees that Eivor is looking a bit bewildered and out of sorts. It's because he actually realizes that there's something about Eivor in relation to the purpose he has for being here in the first place, which is to get revenge on people like Sigurd, who have inside them the memories of someone that Basim has memories of inside him that he's fully accepted as his own, and they are one. And he's been searching for those like Sigurd and like Eivor and like himself to get revenge on Odin and Tyr. Even though Eivor and Odin and Tyr and Sigurd are completely different individuals, but Basim has embraced Loki, whereas Sigurd doesn't yet know 100% who
I feel great.
he is quote-unquote descended from, and Basim has been searching for him, and he's known for quite a while before the events of this game start that Sigurd is actually like himself, and he's going to find out that Eivor is, or at least suspect. It's not until later that he actually looks at the scar on Eivor's neck, which is actually covering another scar, and that other scar is what Basim also has, and what Sigurd also has, and every other person who was embedded with the memories of the Norse Isu has on their neck, which is the incision that gets made as part of the process to create the ability to have them be reborn later on in time. So yeah, knowing all that before this cutscene, you then know what Basim and why he smiles. Whereas when you first play through this game, you might be like, I wonder why Basim is looking at Eivor like that and smiling for. Well, that's alright, Sona. It's a bit long-winded. It's a bit hard sometimes to explain something in a way that is understandable, but also gets the information across. Because not everyone knows all the ins and outs of stuff, or might know what is being referred to if other words are used. So yeah, just to simplify things, if people know about the concept of people with past lives who believe that they have lived before and they even have memories, it's basically that is what's going on in this storyline with Basim, Sigurd, and Eivor.
I know it. It must be.
My mind is a riot with hope.
I love the quote too, where Odin is like Eivor's like, said, I've seen this before, I've walked through this before, and then once, and then Odin's like, not once, but thousands of times.
You see? The markings of the Ancient Ones. The Isu. The gods begat of gods.
I've seen this somewhere. I know these words.
One who stands at a threshold should take great care to look around, for who knows what foes lie in wait in the halls beyond.
I have passed through this doorway once before. With Sigurd. In a dream.
Not once. 1,000 times.
1,000?
What does it say, Sigurd? Does it speak to you?
Yes. But the words are fogged, shadowed. And yet I feel their meaning. And the ash tree, I see the great tree of life, her boughs reaching skyward, opening the way. It's just as you promised, Basim. All you foretold was true. Eivor, I am more than I appear to be. So much more.
This is wicked magic, Sigurd. Dark Satyr, do not listen.
No. This is real. This is everything.
To the walls! To the walls! Alfred's come! King Alfred of Wessex! Marching up the rise with a mess of soldiers!
Have we time to escape?
The men are spent. We've not a chance in blazing hell.
A parley, then. We must call a parley. I will speak, and the King of Wessex will listen. As I understand, King Alfred, your name is not spoken with affection here in Mercia.
Yet I am close enough to Wessex to hear myself praised from morn till twilight.
Return to your singing subjects, then, and leave the affairs of Mercia to the Danes.
Not till your pagan war songs are safely out of hearing.
Offer an exchange, Lord. You can...
Please, no secrets here.
Let's end this here, my lord. Let's exchange men. My best warrior for yours to prove peace. After which you leave Mercia, and we fall back north of River Ouse.
These terms are fair. Wulfrich! My war thane. You will go with Giedrich, brother. Name your man.
Sigurd Jarl, I offer myself.
Thank you, Basin.
King Alfred. Wait.
Paladin Fulke. You with this company?
I was, my lord. To recover from Edwin what was mine by right. Sigurd is the only man you need. He's worth more than 20 other men. He is the son of a king.
Traitorous snake!
And his heresies are profound, my lord. He claims to be a living god.
I'll got you, troll woman!
Hush! I'll gift myself to you, King Alfred. Because it is not my fate to die by your hand.
Brother.
Have faith, for the Lord God watches over you all.
This man is dangerous, my lord. Let me hold him.
Do what you must, but treat him with care.
By all the gods, Basim. What was that?
I will shatter them. They shall not get away.
Sona, you love history. No need to apologize. Oh, cool, Sona. Yeah. There's definitely a lot of things that are both known and still unknown,
lends me strength.
which is kind of intriguing. To think we've come this far in years, yet there's still some mysteries that are left around. Hey there, Brutus. Hope things are going well. Wonder where Giedrich went. Because he was supposed to be keeping Edwin. I lost track of where he was going. So I'll be ending the stream soon, so I can have each story arc be its own stream. But now that we've done that Oxenfordshire story arc, and it's kicked off the part of the story where Sigurd gets captured, there's 2 other story arcs that are related to this before it gets resolved. So that's the plan for today's stream days, to do those 3 story arcs. Before I end the stream though, we'll just finish out things here.
Ranvi, our work is done in Oxenfordshire, but the cost has been high.
I feared as much when this letter arrived, from one called Fulke, addressed to you.
From Fulke? Gods, that witch.
It is there on the table.
To the wolf-kissed one, blessings of the self-begotten one upon you, Eivor. I write only to ease your mind and let you know that Sigurd is in good hands and fine company. I will treat him with all the care he deserves. Yeah, sure. The order to which I belong has use for such a man. He is in many ways the pinnacle to which we aspire, a god in man's fleshy accoutrements. I only hope he comes to know and understand this as well as I do before his suffering breaks him. Fulke, the instrument.
Fulke's with the Order of the Ancients. The same order Kjotve followed. The order that Basim and Hytham have pledged to destroy.
Eivor, what has happened?
Sigurd has been taken hostage, captured by King Alfred and given to a woman named Fulke. A very dangerous woman.
What does she want with him?
I will spare you Fulke's ramblings, but know this. Sigurd did his part to secure an alliance with a thane called Giedrich. Giedrich is an honest man, and will come when I call. Until that time, Basim will locate Fulke. Look for his message when it comes.
Okay, so the next story arc is one that usually, if you haven't done other story arcs by this point, the game will either not let you do the next Sigurd thing until you do those, but I can't remember now, but I've made sure that the order in which I'm doing things means that we'll do all 3 story arcs related to Sigurd's capture, one after the other.
Admitted, Alvis. I am the superior wordsmith. Admit to a falsehood? I would sooner square a circle.
And so this is where I'm going to end this stream, having done that story arc. But I will be back in a few minutes to continue the playthrough and do the next story arc. I won't worry about doing my usual intro with the next stream, because I'm basically doing this on the same stream day. So I'll be back in a few minutes.